Happy New Year, perverts! It's your sassy neighborhood toy boy, Tommy Purr here, with another edition of Tommy Likes It on the Rogue Toys YouTube channel. This is the talk show where we talk about toys that interest me, and toys that I hope interest you.
Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi-ho!
For today's Rogue Toys sponsored Tommy Likes It episode, we are taking a look at King Sphinx from the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Monsters Wave. There are two monsters that come in every Monsters Wave. We get King Sphinx, and we also get Pumpkin Wrapper. However, Pumpkin Wrapper will be featured in a separate review of Tommy Likes It on my personal YouTube channel, which I will provide a link for directly below in this video. So we're going to push Pumpkin Wrapper aside, and we are going to push the Z Putty aside because he will be featured in a doubleheader review with Pumpkin Wrapper as well. And here we are for today's video, specifically just for Rogue Toys. We are taking a look at King Sphinx. And we are taking a look at the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger, Billy Cranston, who's one of my favorites, portrayed by David Yost on the original series. Now, if you guys have not followed David Yost on Twitter, you should. He's a sweetheart, he's a great guy, definitely exudes positive vibes, positive energy, so give him a follow. He's a great guy. The figure, yes, it is sponsored by Rogue Toys. However, I already owned the figure and had him out of the box, so instead of taking something from work and possibly having someone on the hunt for the figure not be able to find it because I took it home, I just decided to do the review of my personal figure, because why cost the company money if I don't have to, right? So he's out of the box, so unfortunately for you Mint on Card collectors, there's no box for me to review for you guys, but I can tell you the box is great. Look it up online, look it up in pictures, yada yada yada. You already know how I feel about keeping things in the box. I don't like to do that. But for King Sphinx, we're taking a look at the figure, and we are taking a look at how massive he is compared to Billy. It is a huge figure. I don't remember King Sphinx being that big, but for the sake of him being a monster and a villain, I'm okay with Hasbro increasing the size a little bit. So I know some people have had an issue with it online. I, not so much. And I really, 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 really hope that they do Madame Woe, because she is one of my favorite villains from Power Rangers. I do know that the rumor going around is that Hasbro will be doing Eye Guy as well as Piranha's Head for the next series of monsters, and that's amazing. Eye Guy is so cool, and I remember Piranha's Head because that's when Lord Zed was really defining himself as like a big threat to the villains, a big threat to the Rangers. So that's going to be an amazing addition to the monsters as well as the villains as a whole. But just because I have been waiting a while for the figure does not mean I can ignore some of the things that are wrong with this figure. And that is talking about the paint applications, because I notice them as soon as I look at the figure in the box. The nose should be black. The mouth should have a black wash in the mouth, so, you know, it's concave and it's cavernous. Yeah, the mouth should be black behind the teeth. The nose should be black. The eye on his chest is blue, however it should be gray, and there should be a sheen and a shine to the gold. And you look on the back here, and it shows all that stuff. A black nose, it shows a darkened mouth, and it shows, you know, a metallic finish on the knee pads and the little tunic there. And the figure doesn't have it. So what the heck, Hasbro? What happened between the photo and the execution? We don't know, but let's go ahead and get him out of the box and compare him more closely with Billy and see what he comes with and how well he moves, shall we?
Unicorn.
And first we're going to take a look at Billy, the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. And this figure is really nice. They capture the likeness of David Yost really well. It's got a nice strong chin. The glasses are molded on, so they are not a separate piece, so you cannot take them off. The hair looks really good. I would have put a little bit more volume on top because his hair looked a little taller on the TV series. The details are really good though. You get nice little lines on the hair there. The ears look good. Everything looks really, really good. Nice little sideburns there. It does depict the character accurately. I have no complaints about the sculpt whatsoever. I actually have no complaints about this figure on any level. I have kind of a QC issue right here, which is when I opened mine, the paint was not the best. But that's a little touch-up I can do there. It's kind of a Hasbro thing, really. Sometimes paint application can vary from figure to figure. Not a big deal. Let's see here. Where to start? God, there's just so much going on with this figure. It's great. We'll start from the bottom up. You have an ankle joint. Oh, sorry. You have an ankle pivot. You have a boot cut. You have double jointed knees. You have a thigh cut. Your legs can go out this far. Leg can go up that high. Leg can go that far back. You don't have a waist cut, but you have a kind of an ab crunch there. I wouldn't call it an ab crunch, but you have an ab swivel, basically. It's really nice, really flexible. It can go all over the place, really cool. And then you have this, abdominal crunch. Ab crunch, kind of. It doesn't really bend a whole lot there. Oh, there we go. Oh, mine was just really stiff. There we go. Now it's loosened up. So yeah, you have a lower ab crunch, and you have an upper ab swivel. You have butterfly joints, you have a bicep cut, you have double jointed elbows, and you have a wrist cut and wrist pivot. Head can look this far down, head can look that far up, really nice rotation as well. And then you have a removable blaster, which is very, very nice. Now, what I like about the Hasbro Lightning Collection Power Rangers is that they are not like the Legacy collections from Bandai, which had the removable blaster holder, because I was always losing those blaster holders. So this is nice. It's attached to the belt, and it's not a separate piece, which is good. In terms of accessories, you have a helmeted, interchangeable head. You also have closed fists, and he comes with packaged already the grippy hands, which are really nice, but you do not have the karate hands. You also have the lance weapon, which is amazing. It's nicely detailed. You also have the lance when it comes in dagger form. For the finale, you have a wonderful lightning effect, which can be used for Storm from the X-Men, or Doctor Doom, or any number of other action figures, honestly. It's nice and pliable, and it's a nice translucent blue. It's a really wonderful piece to add to the collection. And here is King Sphinx out of the box and in front of the camera. Now the figure is, don't get me wrong, for all of my complaints about it when it was still in the box, it's still an amazing figure. This is about, I want to say 8 inches? Yeah, this is about an 8-inch figure right here. And the articulation is really awesome. The details that they captured correctly are really nice. The wings are textured. They are hinged, so they are movable. Let's see here. And you can pull them out of the back really easily, and you can insert them just as easily. Sometimes pulling them off and on can be really hard. Sometimes pulling off interchangeable parts can be difficult, but the wings are actually really, really easy. The head is also on a peg, so you can remove the head if you need to, for you customizers out there who are going to change it up a little bit. The arms only go out this far because the shoulder pads do get in the way. You don't have any butterfly joints, but you've got a bicep cut, double jointed elbows, you've got a wrist pivot, and a wrist articulation. You have the chest swivel, just like Billy the Blue Ranger, or an upper ab swivel if you want to call it that, whatever. You also have a lower ab crunch right there. No waist articulation though. You have a thigh cut. You have an ankle cut as well as an ankle pivot that are separate joints. You have double jointed knees as well. His legs can actually go out pretty far for a bigger character, and his leg can go up pretty high, even though he wasn't that flexible in the TV show, but his leg can't really go back that far, so. You also have this cool tail, which is Not really that flexible, but I mean, it's kind of enough to move it to do what you want, but you can't really, it's not really that flexible. It is on a joint as well. So there you go. You can move it up and you can move it down, and it goes right in between the wings. So no issue of it getting in the way there. And there's the back view of it. Really, really nice sculpt. And I don't get it. The shading is amazing on the figure, but why couldn't we have gotten this in a metallic finish? Why couldn't this have been gray and been screen accurate? Why didn't we get the black wash in the mouth and the black nose as depicted on the back of the package? I just don't understand why they didn't do this. And that's what kind of marks down the figure for me. I do love the headpiece. The headpiece is really nice, and it's also very flexible, so you don't have to worry about this chipping or breaking off in the middle of a move or if it falls over. And other than that, he comes with some really great accessories, which we will take a look at right now as well. King Sphinx comes with 2 alternate hands. The left hand is a closed fist, which you can use for action shots. And the other hand is a right hand, and it is better equipped to hold the staff. And the staff itself is a really nice piece. It could have used some black wash as well. But other than that, it holds the, I guess you want to say, lightning or electrical effect. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it looks like a bunch of question marks that are all linked together by a chain of orange lightning. It's translucent. It's really, really nice. I just don't understand the question marks imbued in the molding. I don't remember if that was part of his power, like maybe his power is confusion. I have no clue. Either way, it's really nice. So if you are a Batman fan and you have like a Riddler figure, you can actually repaint this green to give it to the Riddler, because that would actually be really, really cool. That's the first thing that I thought of when I saw it. From far away, you can't really tell they're question marks, but up close, you're like, hey, wait a minute. And I honestly don't remember the context for the question marks. So if you are a Power Ranger fan and you know why there are question marks in the lightning effect, please let me know, because I would like to know. So, on a scale of 1 to a perfect 10, we're going to rate King Sphinx, who I'm going to give a solid 8. Now, if you're guessing that I docked 2 points specifically because of the paint applications, you would be correct. On the back of the package, they showed us a black nose, black wash in the mouth, and they also showed us a metallic finish on the tunic and a gray eye on the chest, all of which they did not do. So they knew what they had to do, they knew what they wanted to do, and guess what? They still didn't frickin' do it. So guess what? You lose 2 points. And I'm sorry, because the King Sphinx figure is actually pretty awesome. Even though he is bigger than the Ranger figures, which if you look back on the TV show, he wasn't that much bigger than the Red Ranger. I have no problem with the size or the height. So I'm not docking any points for that. He's a monster, he's a villain. I don't mind him being bigger, and that is totally fine with me. And I know it's going to be fine with some other collectors as well. He has great articulation, the joints move very well, the accessories are nice, although part of the reason why I did dock 2 points also is because they only gave us 1 closed fist for an alternate hand instead of an extra one for the right hand. I mean, yes, most people are going to display this figure with his staff, but in the same respect, sometimes people just want to take shots of their figures fighting, and they don't necessarily want only 1 closed fist. So, yeah, I'm sorry, gonna have to dock the 2 points for the fist and the paint applications. That's just how I roll. If you disagree with me, I'm definitely sorry, but I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. In regards to Billy the Blue Ranger, I'm gonna have to give that figure a solid 10. There's nothing that I can find wrong with the figure. The articulation is awesome, the likeness is spot on. I know some people had issues with the likeness, but I feel like they did him justice. I would like to see another Billy head sculpt in the future, especially if they do the movie Rangers, because I believe in that movie he wasn't wearing his glasses. So I would like to see a head with no glasses and a different hair, because he did start looking kind of blondish as the seasons progressed. So that's the only thing that I can say about that. I think the sculpt looks really good. The articulation is great. I'm not taking off any points for the quality control on the paint on my figure because that is not on every figure. That is just on the one that I received. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. The accessories are great, the helmet is awesome, and I love the Blue Ranger. So Billy gets the first 10 out of 10. He gets the first perfect 10 on Tommy Likes It for the year of 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for tuning in. If you are interested in picking up King Sphinx and Billy, please check out RogueToys.com for all your action figure purchasing needs. And once again, if you guys enjoyed the review, please subscribe. Be sure to also check out the Rogue Toys Facebook page and tune in every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to check out the Facebook Live Claim Show starring the toy experts Crystal and Steve. And finally, follow me on social media. You can find me on Twitter at rareform, RAWR_form. You can find me on Instagram at the_man_diva. You can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/officiallyperfect. And if you'd also like to purchase Tommy Purr merchandise, check out my store on storefrontier.com/merchandise. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure to stay catty, and we'll see you next Tuesday.